Hello, this is Daryl, and I would like to talk to you about a little bit of web design and web development today. First things first is um, I would like to teach you guys a little bit more about what is web development and what is web design, and I wanted to go into some news also. So let's get right into it. So, what is web design and development? We can break it down into two different sections. First, web design. Web design is more of how a designer can take their creativity and build, or more say, design, or bring to life a complete layout of what will soon be a website. So, for example, in my case, I look at the design aspect. I not just make it up, but I tend to have a creative process where I take it section by section and I then give myself feedback on how that section is built from the section before it, and how the next section will show up. So if you take a full layout, you get to see it from the top down, and that's how I see it. Now, with web design, it's all creativity, but it also has to go into the fact that there's also the experience of it, the experience of using the website, and the interactiveness, and the feel, and not just keeping it as with the look, so and say. But anyways, what is web development? Well, as a web developer, I can definitely go more into this. Um, a web development is taking the design that a web designer makes or creates and brings forth a complete package, the total package, the end result, the end phase. What the user will interact with on a day-to-day basis, what could potentially be the storefront of your business, if you're business oriented, what could be just your blog, and or your school, stuff like that. So if we can get into it a little bit more, how does web development and web designers work together? So what happens is, as um, we basically work like this. The web designer makes the design, and the web developer builds upon it. And not just builds upon it, but builds it up to look exactly on a website, on a screen, how it looks like as in the image or the end result of the web designer. So the web designer's end result is just an image, and the web developer's end result is more like a website, interactive, buttons, links, images, um, could go into text, obviously, stuff like that. Um, so there's a lot of different nuances to it. You can definitely get more information about it on Google, if you really want to get into it. Um, if you don't have time or you're looking to get a website really quickly, you can definitely check out um, the links in the description, and you can go from there. So basically, let's get into some news. Let's see what's going on in the development world. So I'm looking at a article right here. 5 proven B2B content marketing tactics you can implement today. This is interesting because it's coming from Hackernoon, a not like a hacker website, but it's more like a developer news website. And what I like about this is that it's really focused. It gives us, I think, five not steps, but 5 tips for any business. If you have a business out there, if you don't have a website, get a website. This is the time to get a website. If once you get a website, this is partly how you're going to not manage it, but this is how you're going to build on top of it. So first things first, have a blog. You need a blog. Here, right here, it says blogging is one of the most highly effective ways to meet your goals, your business goals. And, you know, you get to establish the authority in your niche. And what is your niche? Your niche is basically how you scale your business to a point where you get to select a specific set of people to build your business around, and that's a niche, like a circle, like a specific circle of people. Here it talks about how you have to create the blog. Obviously, you have to create the blog in this day and age. You have to start somewhere, and it's interesting how a lot of websites these days do not have blogs. They might have newsletters, but some might not have blogs, which is interesting. Anyways, let's go down. Let's see what else they say. Create a resource library. See, this stuff right here, you need a website for. It's interesting that most of these things you would need a website to leverage your business. You would need it to build on top of your business to be able to then carry through with being more legit on the internet. It's a digital space, so you need a website. Um, a lot of people, though, might say, hey, um, when do I need a website? I would say as soon as possible. As soon as possible. But here it says, hey, create a resource library. You get to do that. It's basically a page or a collection of pages or blogs that list different sections of your site. That's easy. Basically, it's a dictionary of the biggest content on your website, and it keeps it all there together. But yeah, it's interesting that this this is brought up because then it saves your client's time. It saves everybody time at the end of the day, even though you might have you might be looking up the mountain in the beginning, but rolling down the mountain at the end is going to be very beneficial. It's going to feel good. And I think that's why you need one of the resource libraries. It's kind of like a cornerstone kind. So you have the cornerstone content, and one of it could be the resource library. But let's see what else is going on here. Experiment with content on LinkedIn. Yes. So that's a good one because you get to do so many different things with this. You get to have LinkedIn ads. You get to target your audience. You get to create and optimize. Well, you get to create your company profile on LinkedIn, and that's a big one at the end of the day because LinkedIn has 92% business to business marketers on it. What does that mean? That means there's a lot more businesses on LinkedIn than ever before, any other website, really. But what does this all mean? So far, this is what I have to say about this article. It's there's more than 5 proven ways to get content marketing on for your business. But I think in the terms of having a website, having a digital entity, this is these. I think these couple steps that these tips that I've just explained to you are one of the big, 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 um, big steps you can take in terms of going forward. Let's see, and I think one of the other ones I would go for is email marketing, which is the last one they talk about here in this um, in this article. It's interesting because they say that let's see what it says. Well, I don't need to really read the whole thing here because email marketing. I know what that is. You have to be able to leverage email marketing. So you have to see where your business is at in terms of clients, and you have to be able to build some sort of list. I think in the beginning of any business, it's it's a good move. It's a good move to have some sort of list building strategy to start out with, so you know how and where your business is gonna grow in the future. I think one of my teachers in business school told me that you have to have a list because the bigger your email list, the richer you're going to be, basically, in terms of, let's say, building a business online. But anyways, I think all of this, in conclusion, it's all stuff you can implement today, right? If you have a website. And these are all, like I said, cornerstone content. You can start today and it'll literally supercharge your website. And I see no downsides to this. This person, what's his name? Mariam. He's a what is he? Let's see what he is. He's looks like he's the writer for Hackernoon. I was trying to see if you could get more information. Is he a developer, designer, or a marketer? But anyways, I this is the bit of news for you. I'm trying to see if I could try to do this, let's say, every day. Try to get some news out there, um, and build up from there. But yeah, so in the beginning, I spoke about what is web design and development. It's basically taking a layout by the designer and the developer builds it. The designer creates it, the developer builds it. And at the end of the day, you get a website. And usually, it all depends. The time it takes, it all depends on how intricate the design is and how many features is in there, and stuff like that. But this is stuff for another episode. But anyways, we can end it right here. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and I hope to see you tomorrow.